go ahead and get started here. Alright, what's up everybody? Today we're going to perform a full body workout. We're at week 2, day 3, phase 2. Okay, so this is a second phase of a full body workout that I perform 3 days a week. There is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday different workout I have. Right now we're working on day 3. Okay, so day 3 workout, phase 2, and we're in week 2. We're going to start with a little bit of foam rolling and a little bit of a massage ball before we get started into our stretching. Then we'll get into our active stretching before our power. Then we'll get into strength and then conditioning. Okay, so starting with the ankles or calves, I'm going to slide the roller underneath. With less pressure, you can keep the butt down and just roll. You can go 5 to 10 rolls. If you want more pressure, you can bring the butt off the ground. If you want even more pressure, you can cross one leg over. Okay? Again, 5 to 10 rolls. If you feel an area of tension, you can go into that area a little bit more by maybe leaning in that direction if it's on the outside or the inside of the calf. Switching side if you haven't already. Sometimes I feel it on the outside edge of the leg, in the peroneals, or in that front of the leg on the fibularis anterior. But you can get those at a later time if those are really bothering you. All right. For hamstring, I don't feel that much using a roller. I'd have to sit up on a bench. So I use a massage ball for the roller on my hamstring. And what I'm going to do is find an area of tension, hold it there, or I can kind of roll in and out of that area. Sometimes I kind of move my toe toward the ground and toward the ceiling, kind of internally and externally rotating my hip and looking for any areas of tension. Go ahead and switch. Again, you can put more weight by lifting the butt off the ground or less weight by keeping the butt on the ground. Again, it's going to be 5 to 10 rolls per area. Okay, now we're going to move to our glutes. You're going to sit on the roller, straighten out the leg, and bend the opposite knee, and then focus on rolling forward and back with the knee straight. And then we'll cross the leg over, lean into that hip, and move into the hip rotators, massaging it up and down 5 to 10 times. Now, I'm not getting that much from this soft foam roller, so again, I'm going to use this massage ball. And I can put more or less pressure into the area by using this balanced hand here, okay? So I can push deeper into the ground, or I can let go a little bit and put more effort into the glute. Switching side. Again, 5 to 10 rolls or circles, or you can go side to side. During this, I like to focus on my breathing, so deep inhales through the nose. Let the diaphragm lower all the way. Hold it. And then a long exhale. And trying to continue that throughout all of your rolls and stretches. Always thinking about inhaling through the nose and exhaling with pierced lips out the mouth. Trying to engage those deep abdominal muscles every time you exhale. Alright, so now we're going to move to the lower back. This is probably too much for my lower back. And I'm not going to do both at the same time. I'm going to lean to one side. If that's too much on your ribs, be careful, because that could break a rib if you go too hard. I'm going to go 5 to 10 on my left side, then 5 to 10 on my right side. The right side, according to PRI, is going to be a little bit tighter. So you might want to spend a little bit more time on that right lower side back than the left side due to the nature and the asymmetry of the internal organs and respiratory system, such as the diaphragm, which is positioned a little bit more toward the right, and it's bigger on the right because the heart is on the left side. All right, so now we're going to move to our upper back. I'm going to bring my hands on my elbows, and I'm just going to go side to side to start. I should feel that in my rhomboids, in between my scapula, my trapezius, the teres minor, teres major, and all of your rotator cuff muscles. Now we'll position ourselves with our lat on the roller. Again, I could dig in deeper, probably a little bit more with this, which I'm going to do. And I'm going to look to do 5 to 10 circles or rolls in this area. Going from my back of my shoulder, my post delt, into my lat, basically my armpit and underneath my armpit, and into the rib cage and serratus, posterior and anterior. You can also get into the pec minor and pec major. I work in the lats, post delt, and chest area. Switching side. Again, roller might be a better option for you, but for me, it's going to be this, call it the orb massage ball. A little bit more tense on this side for me, which I know I have issues with, and so that's again a reason why I'll use the foam roller or massage ball, because I want to know where the pain is, right? Or where the target tissue is that I need to either stretch more or take care of a little bit better, because that'll lead to a deficiency down the road if you don't get it taken care of. So one good way to assess for this quality of tissue is to literally push into it. And so if you don't have somebody pushing into your muscles, how are you going to know what they feel like on a day-to-day basis based on your training method? So if you need a better shoulder, you need to have a program that gives you a better shoulder. So you might have to take out a lot of overhead exercises. You may have to do more incline presses instead of overhead presses, that type of thing. And so I can change my program based on my initial findings with my foam roller. If that's giving me an issue, I might avoid pressing overhead. All right, now I'm going to work the front of the body, starting with the adductors, which is more the middle of the thighs, the median side of the leg. I'm going to go from the knee all the way to pubic bone, starting next to my knee, right into my vastus medius, pressing into that medial wall of the upper thigh, which is going to affect the adductors, magnus, brevis. You have your sartorius that runs from your hip all the way across to your knee. So you're going to touch also your vastus medius, intermedius slightly. And now we're getting into the gracilis, pectinis muscles, still the adductor, magnus, brevis, and longus. And then switch side. The right adductors will probably be a little tighter than the left adductors, so you might want to spend a little bit more time on the right side, according to PRI, and because of the asymmetries of the body. So again, if you're interested in learning about those asymmetries, look up PRI breathing. So getting the inner thigh, the adductor group, which are really important for stabilization of the hip and spine. Obviously the knees and ankles as well. Okay, now we're going to get the Tensor fasciae lata, which you'll feel when you internally and externally rotate the hip on the medial or on the lateral side of the hip. And we're also going to get our top butts or glute medes, which is in this area. So from our pocket to our upper back hip. So I'm going to start on the hip side, right in that pocket area. I should feel that TFL. Let's see. Right there for me. And then I'm going to go toward that glute med. Get my other side. So again, the TFL is right where your pocket is. It's a hard area to explain. And then we're going to go for the glute med. For me, it's a lot tighter on the right side. I like working in the transverse plane here. Kind of rocking as opposed to going up and down. Same thing for the glutes, upper glutes. Okay, I'm going to get the quads. It's a group of 4 muscles: vastus medius, intermedius, lateralis, and rectus femoris. From the hip to the knee. That's not enough. You can do one leg at a time, which I'm going to need to do, or you can use the massage ball. That really allows me to pinpoint the areas. Switch side. Inhaling through the nose. Long exhales. Again, if it's too much with the roller or the ball, you can always regress by just taking less pressure off of it. Sometimes leaving it in an area of tension and then just breathing deep into that area. Alright, so we've completed a foam rolling approach for all the muscles. Now we're going to get into our stretching. Okay, first thing we're going to do is the 90-90 stretch. I'm going to start with one knee in front of my hip, both knees at a 90-degree angle. I'm going to face this front knee first, and I want to make sure that front foot is aligned with my back knee and back ankle. Both of my ankles are dorsiflex, or flex up toward the ceiling here. Okay, so what we're going to do is sit up nice and tall. You can use some yoga blocks if you need them. We're going to hinge forward, chest high, and we're going to breathe deep into this position here. Just going to target the glutes and the hip rotators of this front hip. Okay, if your knee is off the ground, you can bring a cushion underneath the knee if it's really far off the ground, just to get a little bit of tactile feedback. So we're going to lean forward and exhale deep, long. We're going to go for 5 inhales, 5 exhales. We're going to rotate toward our back hip. Should feel it in that TFL, that pocket muscle. Rotating back, trying to get our shoulder to touch that back foot. Breathing here. Again, deep inhale through the nose, long exhale with your mouth. And switch side. Facing the other hip and direction, both knees at 90, front foot lined up with the back knee and back foot. Chest facing forward, hinge. Breathe and hold. 5 inhales, 5 exhales. Inhale through the nose. Exhale hard like you're blowing up a balloon. Rotating toward that back hip. Feeling it in your pocket muscle or TFL. Rotating that shoulder toward that back foot. Breathe deep here. Again, 5 inhales, 5 exhales. Inhale through the nose. Exhale like you're blowing up a balloon. Shrink wrap the stomach on your exhale. Good job. All right, Spider-Man. So we're going to get in a push-up position. Hold strong. Okay, option 1, you're going to bring both knees down and step 1 foot outside the hand. Option 2, get in your plank or push-up position. Take an inhale, brace yourself. Slowly bring that foot outside the hand. Bring the back knee down. We're going to rock toward that front foot until the outside of it so you feel a stretch in your inner adductors on your front leg and your back hip flexors on your back leg. You're going to go back to your push-up position and then switch nice and controlled and slow. Rock to the outside. Back to your push-up. Try not to break form. If you need to bring both knees down, that's fine. Good. All right. So now we're going to move into our hip flexor stretch. All right. So I'm going to use a pad, and I'm actually going to use a wedge. If you don't have a wedge, that's fine. You'll get into the half kneeling position. Hold on to that front knee. Tuck the back toe. We're always going to think about dorsiflexion of that back ankle when we're in half kneeling. We're going to pull into that knee, feel it in that back hip flexor. On your exhale, inhale back up. Exhale. Yeah, I probably won't even use the wedge, but you can also use the wedge if you need it. Going for 5 rocks on each side. Exhale on your way forward. Now your left side might be a little tighter, so you might spend a little bit more time on that left side due to your left hip flexor being a little larger than your right, according to PRI. All right, now we're going to move into our V-stance rib roll. V-stance, going to make a big stance here, wide stance, hands down. This blocks the lumbar back from the equation. We're going to bring one hand on the rib, then we're going to rotate up toward the ceiling and hold while we're breathing here. If you can't reach the ground, add blocks to the ground. That's 5 inhales, 5 exhales each side. Good. Come back down to your V stance and stand back up. Next is going to be the adductor. So we're going to get to the kneeling position or the half kneeling position, and then we're going to abduct one leg, and then we're going to sink back into that hip. You should feel a stretch in both hips as you do this. Keep the back straight, toe points forward, rock 5 to 8 times. Any pain, or if the knee is bent, you might want to try standing and just putting your foot on top of a box and adding, holding on to 2 dowels or the wall. Or you can sit down with your legs spread apart. Switch side. Exhale as you lean back. Can't feel it in this leg, you need to kind of open it up just a little bit more. Good. All right. So the stretching is complete. Now we're going to perform some activation or some motor control stability exercises. First is going to be the quad hip extension. So we're going to get to the hands and knees. I'm going to only extend my hip. So I'm going to push into the ground with both my hands underneath my shoulders. Okay. Then I'm going to keep my knees underneath my hips. Okay. Don't let your feet go in. Then from here, I'm to extend my right hip first without using my neck or my low spine to do the work. So I want neutral back, so not extended, not rounded, neutral. And then I'm going to extend my right hip without moving anything else. I'm going to go for 5. I'm exhaling as I move and hold for 3 seconds. One more. Now I'm going to switch. Don't let the hip open up or abduct. Okay, now we're going to try a cross leg reach or a diagonal reach. So right arm, left leg without moving anything else. Back to neutral. One more time, hold. And switch. Down and up. And down. Good. All right. Now we're going to perform a leg lower progression. So we're going to lay on our back, straighten one leg over the hip, press the hands into the ground, and then I'm going to bring both feet off the ground. I'm going to exhale. As I exhale, toward the ground, and then slight inhale on the way up. Big exhale on the way down. Don't move anything. So keep this leg nice and high. Don't let it go down with this leg. Exhale. Going for 5 to 8 on each side. Switch. And then we'll add a dead bug component. Both knees at 90, arms out front, extend opposites, hold, inch off the ground, back to center, switch opposites, inch off the ground, hold, switch. One more. Good. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and move into our agility or our dynamic warm-up. We're going to start with some inchworms. I'm going to reach toward my feet, walk my hands out, walk my feet toward my hands, and then stand back up. I'm going to go for 5 total reps. That was 1. 2. 3. And 4. All right. Now I have my knee hug. I'm going to pull my knee toward my chest, and then I'm going to point the bottom toe into the ground. So now I'm going to plantar flex, which is opposite of dorsiflex. So exhale. Good. Next, leg cradle, step, one leg up, hold onto the foot and knee, pull into the chest, and then step forward. Step forward, lift, pull, step, knee, foot, ankle, pull. Next, backward single leg deadlift. So I'm going to move backward. As I move backward, I'm going to reach with the opposite. So left leg down, right arm forward, step back, right foot down, switch, left arm forward, step back, reach, step back, reach. step back, reach, step back, and reach. Good. Next, it's going to be high knee run. So start with marching, and then I'm going to move into running, and then I'm going to run forward, getting those knees up. Next will be the skip. So we're going to go to marching, and then we're going to skip in place, and then skip forward and back. Moving into our karaoke, cross behind, cross in front. We're moving to our right, and then we're moving to our left. Our right foot crosses behind and in front. Moving the torso and the hips. Next is going to be a backward run. Narrow stance, left foot forward, right foot back. Then going to run backwards. Switching the feet, right foot forward. And done. We're done with our dynamic warm-up. Then we'll move to our power and then into our strength. I'm going to grab some water. Turn that heater off. All right, so we have a box jump, rotational slam, and a vertical chest pass. Okay, so let me get my mat out. And I'm going to want to pound on this for my slam. My box, I'll just use this. Should be fine. You don't need to go high for a box jump. Just want to be able to jump and land with ease. Okay, so we got our box jump ready, rotational slam is get ready, and vertical chest pass where we're going to push toward the ceiling on our back. Starting with that box jump, I'm going to shoot the arms down, shoot the arms up, so my legs will move as fast as my arms. I'm going to land softly, going for 5 reps, okay? All right, let me make sure, yeah. So we got box jump here, 3 by 5. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, rotational slam. Okay, rotational slam, 5 on each side. Okay, next is going to be the vertical chest pass. So I'll lay on my back. This is best with a partner standing on a box or right behind me. Push it up toward the sky. That's 1. Good. All right, and we'll just perform that 2 more times. Grab your air, inhale through the nose, long exhales, grab some water. Typically during power, you want to rest anywhere from 90 seconds to 2 minutes. I might be on the low end of that today. When you're in between sets, don't do too much, but you can always clean up. Here we go. So box jump first. One, two, three, four, five. Rotational slam. I'm going to go on this side of the mat this time. And now my vertical chest pass. Whew. And again, reset, grab some water. Now, I'm slamming it on here because my baby's sleeping. Typically, I would slam it on here, and it will look like this. All the way up and around, slam, usually in front of that foot. Okay, so that's what I'm aiming for that rotational slam. Okay. Regain your energy by getting your air. And then move toward that box. Last set, going for 5 reps. Here we go. Heavier ball. Remember, it's definitely safer and better with a partner. So I wouldn't recommend that unless you know what you're doing. Whew. Let's just get cleaned up a little for our strength. So we have a goblet squat, a pull down, and a suitcase carry. Okay, suitcase carry. We're going to hold a weight in one arm, trying to stay upright. The pull down, this is referring to an X pull down. If I had cables that were more vertical, where I could pull down like that, that would be the X pull down. But I'm going to do a one arm half kneeling pull down because that's all I have available. Otherwise, my cables run too wide. So I'm going to perform a one arm pull down. And our kettlebell goblet split squat is what I'll perform for the leg exercise. It does ask for a kettlebell goblet squat, but I'm going to progress today. Okay. All right. So moving into the kettlebell goblet. I will start with the squat. and then I'll go into the split squat after this one so you can see a progression. So feet are about shoulder width apart, slightly out. Gonna hold onto that kettlebell in a goblet position. Now if my ankles come off the ground, you can place two plates behind your heels, underneath your heels. Squat down, knees will touch inside, the elbows will touch the inside of the knees, and you'll stand back up. I'm going for 8 reps. Okay, there's my 8 goblet squats, pull down. So it asks for a X pull down, but we're going to do a 1-arm pull down. Going for 6 on each side. Okay, you can always go up in weight if you felt like that was too light. Now my suitcase carry, I hold on to 55-pound kettle. Try not to go one way or the other. Stand up tall and nice controlled walk. And turn. Turn to your left and then turn to your right. And then switch. Turning to my right this time. And then I'm turning to my left. Woo. That'll get some burps out. Alright. So there's the 3 exercises. We have the kettlebell goblet squat, the 1-arm pull down, and the suitcase carry. Okay. Progress the kettlebell squat, you can do a split squat variation. For the pull down, you can do a pull up or chin up. And for the suitcase carry, you can just add more load. Alright. Grab some water, and we'll get ready to perform our next set. Alright, so I'm going to perform the kettlebell goblet squat, this time with the 55-pound kettle, and then I'll go to the progression for my 3rd set. Here we go, 8 reps. Okay, 1-arm pull down. I'm going to go a little bit more weight. Suitcase carry. Whew. Trying to walk on a line. This is all for the core. Ooh. Ooh. Obviously, it's going to be good for your scapula, shoulder, trapezius connectivity, grip strength, arms, everything there. So core and upper body. Whew. Grab a drink, and we'll go through that one more time. All right, I told you I'd show you that progression to the kettlebell split squat. So I'm gonna have a pad because I'm gonna touch the pad and go right up. Get your breath back. Inhale through your nose. Big exhale out through the mouth. All right, let's go. Get in that goblet position, half kneeling to start. You can get the feet on the same line if you want to make it harder. Tap and go. You'll go for 5 on each side. Whew. Man, that feels good. No pain. It just feels good when it's done right. Pull down. You can use a knee pad if you need it. Whew. All right, that strength set is done. We're on a strength set number 2. We're going to have a half kneeling landmine press, which is going to be located over here. I have to get that ready. All right, so let me move you just a tad. So we got a half kneeling landmine press, a ring row with iso hold. I'm going to be moving you all over the place. Oh no, you can see it. I have to move them. And then we have a get up the hand, so I can do that basically anywhere. All right, here we go. I think this will be fine. Add some weight. I'm going to go with 50 pounds. I'm going for, how many reps? Oh, going for 7 reps. Let me get my knee pad. These old knees of mine. Alright. And then for the pull-up, yeah, I got my TRX ready. Alright, here we go. Half kneeling, landmine press. Oh, let me fix this real quick. Might have to do a little less reps on this left side, but we'll see. 4. All right, TRX row. So it's a ring row and hold for 6 reps. One more. 6. Woo! So you hold about 3 to 5 seconds at the end of each horizontal row. I need to get more horizontal than that. So now we have our get up to hand. One knee bent, one knee straight. The knee that's bent, same arm up over the belly. Sit up to the elbow, hand, hip, sit down, roll back slow. We're going to go for 3 reps only. Switch. Bend the knee, same arm, opposite arm into the ground. Up to the elbow, hand, thrust, hip down, slowly come down. Whew. That's the end of strength set number 1 of, well, no, it's a second series that we're doing, and that was the first set that we did. Grab some water. Woo! See, my heart rate is 132. That's in that aerobic range, that's for sure. In between sets, you can always clean, but don't work too hard. So I'm going to put this here. Right there. Get a little bit more leverage. I don't know if it's really leverage, but alright, so half kneeling landmine press. We go for 7 reps. Let me start with my left arm. Ring row, iso hold, 6 reps. Woo. Got one more set left. I gotta grab some water. Don't go anywhere. Oh no. I got a little bit more over here. Let me drink this. There we go. Alright, we got our last set. Last set, best set. Whew. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo! All right, it's the end of that one. All right, so that was set number 3, series number 2. Now we're on series number 3, set number 1. We got a 1-leg squat and a push-up tap. Not gonna be fun. Not gonna be fun. Not gonna be a good one. Not gonna be fun. Here we go. How many sets we got? Just 2 sets of each. So 1-leg squat. Probably just use this, and then I'll do my push-up taps. And then we just have conditioning, and then we're done. Conditioning is going to be a bike sprint, 15 on, 15 off, 8 rounds. So we're going to do our 1-leg squat, push-up tap, And then our conditioning, 2 sets in series number 3 of our strength set. All right. So let's start those one leg squats. Here we go. You're gonna inhale, brace, sit down, one leg, pop up on that bounce. Right, and I tap, I go right back up. We're going for 6. Ooh, man, those never get easier. Push up tap. Get in a push up position. Tap my shoulders without rotating my hips, extending my spine, or rotating my spine. Nothing changes except that I'm off one arm. So, push up position. Tap, but don't rotate. We're not doing this. That's cheating. Cheaters. Okay, this is how it's done. Push up. Try not to rotate. How many are we doing? 8. Woo. 8 each side, I think. We got one more set. Probably should have done more. All right. Last set is the best set. Last set is the best set. One leg squat, push up tap. I think I can probably go a little lower. Push up tap. Trying to anti-rotate. Almost rotate the opposite way, but keeping the core tight to do that. Ooh. Oh, God, those hurt. All right, now I'm gonna go on my bike. 15 on, 15 off. All right. Probably press mute now, huh? What's up, Trevor? Ooh, someone's got the seat down. All right. 15-second on, 15-second off. I won't make you watch me do it.